Today I want to show you how to make a Hmong Qeej. Now, as you can see here, it's not a whole lot of pieces, so that's very easy, but this one actually requires a little bit of construction. And so let me show you the pieces and the tools you need to make this. So here's all you need. It's just 5 pieces. Very simple. A darker brown 1x3, a 1x2 in a lighter tan or a lighter brown. And particularly I like the rounded edges here. And then you'll need 3 of the bars in beige or tan. And these are all 4-length bars. You can do a 4 and a 3. We're actually gonna cut these and we're gonna drill holes in these. Those are the Legos you need, but you also need a heat gun, because as you noticed, the bars are curved, and that's where the heat gun comes in. You also need a drill with a 1/8 inch bit. I've found that fits these bars really well, as long as you don't drill it fully. You just do a quick drill, and then that gives enough tension for these to work. And then you'll need an X-Acto knife. There. And then you'll need some black tape. I used electrical tape because it was easy to manage. Okay, so to show you the rest, well, here's the first build. And there. Okay, the rest, because we're going to be modifying, we're going to go down into my workshop where we can drill and heat and cut and do all of that. Okay, so let's go downstairs. Okay, so now it's time to modify our parts in order to make our little Qeej here. Okay, but first, before we start, I want to say this. Kids, do not try this by yourself. Go ask your parents. This process right now involves sharp tools, so go ask your parents for help. It involves drills, things that could really hurt you if you don't use them properly. So I just want to say that, kids, go grab your parents for some help with this. Okay, so there are 3 things that we need to do here. First is trim one of these to make it a little shorter than the others, as you can see here. Okay, second is we're going to drill 3 holes into this for the bars to fit through. And third is we're going to use the heat gun to bend these so they have a little bit of curve at the end. Okay, let's get started. First up, we're going to use our X-Acto knife and we're going to trim one of these. There really isn't a surefire or a measurement here, so you're just going to eyeball it. And I will say this, the sharper your knife, the easier this cuts. There we go. Okay, so you can kind of see the arrangement. So this will be the approximate arrangement. Nope, sorry, like that. So that'll be the approximate arrangement of the poles here. Okay, next up is drilling. So we have to drill 3 holes. 2 of them are going to go right through here, and the other is going to go in the middle. And notice I've attached these 2 to make the drilling easier and to make sure the holes are at least somewhat aligned. Okay. Make sure you've got a block of wood here. And then you're just going to take your drill. Obviously, Legos drill very, very easily. Okay, here you go. And I've tried working this with clamps. If you got some really small clamps, then this works great. I didn't, so I just kind of did it like that. Okay, now the next one is going to be right in between those 2. Okay. There you have it. So next up, in order to assemble this, you're going to need some black tape. I used electrical tape just because it's easy. And then you want to cut a very, very thin piece, because you can see how in the minifig, there's always sort of a strap that attaches these guys. So that's what we're going to tape together there. So I'll just put that right there. Okay. So the longest one goes on the bottom. And it's okay if this tape is a little stiff. It's actually much easier to work with like that. All right. So you just push this into the length that you want. Do the next one. And I don't have a drill press or anything, so my drill holes never quite end up perfect. But, oh well, that is okay. And then lastly, the little one. You can push that in a bit more. Push this in. Okay. There. Now, use that little piece of tape that you had and tape them all together. And this is really helpful to keep them all in place. Now, next up, we're going to use the heat gun to bend these little bars here to give it that distinctive curve. Now, usually how I've done this is I hold one end, heat the other, and then just slightly push it. I've also used a small screwdriver to bend these a little bit as they get hotter. Okay. Now, I understand a heat gun is not a common tool, but if you don't have one of these, then find a friend who does a lot of crafts, and they might have one. And if not, go out if you want to do more of these things, go out and get one. That's what I ended up doing, and I've actually used it on a few projects. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put this on a low setting and just begin to heat this up. You don't want to hold it too close. And I get really impatient with the heat gun, and that's not good. You want to be patient. You want to take it slow. Just slowly heat it up. And then eventually it'll start getting soft. You'll actually start to see it bend a little bit. And you don't want to hold the heat gun too close to the Legos, otherwise they'll begin to bubble and pucker. I've ruined a mini Lego trying that. Okay. Okay, see, it's starting to bend a little bit. It's starting to heat up. Okay, there we go. So there is a little Hmong Qeej made out of Lego pieces. And then, oh, I did forget to mention, when you put this tape on, make sure to leave enough space for the hand grip. That's the ideal place to put the hand. So make sure to do that. Well, there you go. Happy building, everyone.